Alright, so welcome to Indie Cigar Review. This is my second impression video for the Gurkha Beast. The last one I had a horrible burn, multiple relights, impossible to smoke midway through. Wrapper fell apart, became very hard. It was just probably one of my worst cigar experiences I've ever had. It was frankly terrible. I had said before that it could possibly be a dud because it was so bad that I mean it has to be. There's no way something the company like Gurkha could let something that bad slip for every single cigar. I mean, this is a top shelf brand. Are they the best in the world? Some people think so. Personally, I don't, but they are a very good cigar brand. But so far, flavors are just a very mild tobacco. There's no real flavors or transitions or nuances to the cigar, just that. Later on, it could be different. But, yeah, so far, just tobacco. I will come back to you at the first third, my first update. Once more at the second third, or halfway point, based upon when transitions occur. Once more at the band point, then once more at about halfway through the second band point, and then at the nub, with hopefully a better review and better experience than the last one, because this is a full-strength cigar, or so it claims to be. So far it's not there yet, but I'm sure it will get there. And I enjoy those cigars. It has a very nice aroma to it. The construction looks very solid. Big hefty stick, you can see it's a 6x60. But yeah, last time just had a really bad experience with it. So hopefully this is better. I will come back to you with my first impressions. So, first third of the Gurkha Beast. Actually a bit below that, almost the second third. As you can see, burn is pretty messed up. It has actually started to fix itself a little bit, so hopefully it will fix itself. Flavors, really not much to speak of, just a tobacco. And not necessarily smooth tobacco, just a fairly mild tobacco. Doesn't have real pronounced tobacco taste to it, just you can taste tobacco. Not bad by any means, it's just pretty plain. However, from my first experience with this cigar to this one, much better because it's actually smokable to this point. The wrapper did start to unravel almost immediately after I lit it up again, but it fixed itself. By that I mean it burned down to the point to where it was no longer an issue. As you can see right there is the very last of that wrapper that had started to come off. So hopefully no more issues with that. I will probably have to touch this up shortly, which is unfortunate because it does change flavors. It can also cause problems. But so far, so good. I wouldn't call it a full-bodied cigar. It's probably a higher end of the mild. But like, I can feel it getting slightly stronger, so I'm looking forward to that full-body kick. But yeah, so far better than the first one. First one was definitely a dud, but we'll see. But the burn issues, which as such means the construction, should still be noted. By the way, this is smoked with a punch cut. So yeah, I'll come back to you at the second, third, or halfway point, based upon when transitions occur. Down to the halfway point of the Gurkha Beast. Construction wise, I did have to do another touch up, but the ash, you can see, has a nice little cone factor to it. But yeah, still no transitions, just a very mild tobacco. It is going up to about a medium. It's a low medium, but still there. So I would guess by about the band point, I'm going to be at a full body. But yeah, no transitions, no flavor, just very plain. Getting stronger. I'm assuming that's the draw of this cigar. The Beast is supposed to just be a strong cigar, but in terms of like transitions and flavors and nuances to the cigar, there's really none. It's not necessarily bad if you enjoy just a mild tobacco flavored cigar, but I mean, if you want something better for your money, I mean, this isn't really a cheap cigar. So, if it sounds good to you, then by all means enjoy it. Personally, I like a bit more versatility with my smokes. So yes, I'll come back to you at the band point. Actually a little bit lower than the band point, probably about right here. And then once more at the nub. I do, however, have to say that despite having to do 3 touch-ups already, can't speak, 3 touch-ups, that it has performed much better than the first one, so that was indeed a dud. However, the touch-ups and problems with construction, flaws, and coming undone proceeded for both cigars, so it is a flawed cigar in that regard, just in general, but as for being completely unsmokable, it's not the case. So yes, I shall speak to you shortly. Alright, second to last update. Construction-wise, I haven't had to do any more touch-ups, so that's a good thing. Burn still a little uneven, a bit of canoeing going on there, unstableness, but not bad. The draws opened up slightly. It was a very thin smoke, a decent amount of it, but very, very thin. Flavor-wise, still no transitions, just a very mild tobacco. Very boring cigar in that regard, but if you enjoy just simple smokes, then hey, the Gurkha Beast is for you. Personally, I enjoy transitions and flavors and nuances to them, but a lot of people just enjoy a plain old regular cigar, and if that's what you enjoy, then fantastic, this is for you. But yeah, smoke output's pretty decent so far. Still very low end of a mild, or low end of a medium. So far, no real strength kick yet, which is again kind of sad. I enjoy the strength kick, but yeah, so far so good. I will come back to you at the nub with my final verdict or impressions, as well as my farewells. I shall speak to you shortly. Yeah, trying to hold a nub in my mouth from, well, the nub, that wasn't the smartest idea. I just burned the hell out of my lips. Alright, we are back to the nub of the Gurkha Beast. And my mouth's on fire. Not because the cigar is strong or anything, I just scorched my lips with ash. Trying to look cool, kind of. That's my fault. Anyways. Flavors are pretty much the same. So, very consistent cigar. I would not call this a full by any means. If you're looking for a nice full-bodied cigar with a beastly draw, all puns intended, the Beast isn't for you. It is, however, a very nice tobacco-flavored cigar. Tobacco-tasting cigar. No real flavors to speak of. No real transitions. Very, very consistent. Minor problems with construction and the burn, but I mean, for what it is, it's a matter of personal preference. If this sounds good to you, then enjoy it. Personally, to me, it's just okay. However, because the first one was so terrible, I'm happy with this. I will say it is consistent down to the nub. The nub just is not hot or tasting terrible. It's actually just fine. It's one of the better nubs I've had. I will actually keep smoking this after the review. But, yeah, for what it is, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad cigar. There's no true trouble with it in terms of that first one. That was terrible. Just very, very plain, and the construction looks something to be desired. So, my review for this cigar is, if it sounds good to you, pick one up. If that flavor sounds good, if the construction issues don't bother you so much, then by all means, pick it up. And by the way, this cigar smokes a lot. Not sure if you can really tell. I have terrible quality camera, but yes, it smokes a lot. And up until the nub, you don't really get much smoke out of it. I mean, it's an okay amount, but it's very, very thin. Yep. Still a very good flavor to it. So, my rating is, if you enjoy it, if it sounds good, pick one up. I will not give it a tobacco-infused or inspired smile. As I had said before, it's just not to my personal liking, with the very solid flavors, or very solid tobacco taste all the way down. There is problems in terms of construction, but they're not terrible. But yes, I have no thank yous for subscribers, because I have no new ones currently. So if you like the video, hit subscribe, and I'll be happy to give you a shout out. I do, however, have one question to answer. I think it's supposed to become more of an insult, but I'm going to answer it either way. The question was, why in all of your videos do you seem to be wearing a hobo hood? The answer to that is, I'm a student. I am out of my house a fair amount, going to school, going to classes and everything else. When I get home, I put on sweatpants and a sweatshirt and I guess my hobo hood. It's very cold in my house currently, which is why this is almost always on. And I smoke a cigar and I study. Now, it might sound kind of lame to you, but hey, I enjoy learning, so pick up a book, write a paper, have a pencil in one hand or a keyboard in one hand and a cigar in the other. That's just how I go. But yeah, that's your answer. That's why I wear a hobo hood, because I'm cold and it's comfortable. So this has been the Gurkha Beast. 6x60 cigar. Again, claims to be full strength. It's not. There's no real strength kick to it yet. So you can see the nub isn't down terribly far. I will keep on smoking it, but it started to slow down a lot, so this might take a while. But yeah, if you like the video, hit like. If not, it's entirely up to you. Thank you so much for your time. I sincerely hope you have a great day, morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. Hope you have a fantastic and wonderful time in doing it. Thank you so much for your time, and yes, have a wonderful day.